The episode starts with Rick talking to himself on how he's losing his creativity. In the next scene, you see how some Mortys became cannibals. Morty blames all on evil Morty, which annoys Rick. When Rick and Morty almost lost all their hope, we see how Beth is knocking on the glass and trying to say something. After the argument ends, the intro starts. In the next scene, we see all the family reunited on Earth, while one of the Beths is bringing a sandwich to eat. After they have finished eating, Rick reveals that all the portals are broken and that he has to fix it instantly. But Rick made a big mistake and reset the portal travelers and not the portals. This causes that everyone will be ported back to their original reality. After Rick, Morty, and Jerry turn green, Rick gives the task to Summer to bring them back to this reality. After Rick, Morty, and Jerry disappeared, we see how Summer and the two Beths are preparing to bring back their family. In the following scene, we see Rick being ported back to a universe where his family has been shot. Rick is in the garage and is talking to Diana, which is in the house. Diana is blaming Rick for letting his family die, but Rick just seemed annoyed by her. Then the scenery switches again. Now we see Morty on a planet which is fully destroyed. Morty opens the door and gets attacked by a monster. After he stabbed the monster with a knife, Morty finds he's dead. In the meantime, the two Beths and Summer are killing monsters on a space station. Then the scenery switches again and we see Golden Book Majorian ringing on Rick's door. After Rick opens the door, Majorian tells Rick that someone wrote him a letter claiming to be him and saying that he is kept in a time loop. Then we see many old people walking across the street. One is holding a dead dog. After Rick says bye to Diana, he flies into the rift. In the meantime, we see how Morty is talking to his father. His father explains to Morty that Beth and Summer died. After a short talk, Morty goes upstairs to find the game downbeat, while his father sneaks out of the house. Morty is able to catch up to his father while riding a monster. Then his father blames Morty that Beth and Summer only died because he left them behind freezing. After this, the scene switches again, and we see how Summer and the two Beths are activating the portal and fighting the monsters to keep the portal activated. Then the scenery switches again back to Morty. Morty is crying while Rick is landing on the planet. Then Rick reveals to Morty that the Rick who killed his family was actually Morty's original grandfather, so they decide to go to Morty's grandfather's base. When they arrive there, there's only a clone left. So Morty decides to jump down a shaft and kill the clone. Rick asks why he is doing that, and Morty explains to Rick that this Rick was always there for him, and not his grandfather. So this Rick is his real grandfather. While this is happening, we switch back to Summer and Beth. We see how the two Beths are arguing trapped in a slime, and Summer has to save both of them. A few seconds later, we see how Rick and Morty arrive as well and they go to get Jerry. Then the scene switches again and we see how Jerry's family is arguing about his unemployment. After the family called Jerry, they go back to Summer's original timeline. But there they meet another Jerry which is carrying Mr. Friendles with him. The other Jerry isn't able to carry the Mr. Friendles in the box and let the box fall to the ground. So Mr. Friendles is able to escape and starts eating the planet, so that the family has to escape from this timeline as well and go to a new one.